Okay guys, I'm gonna zoom in, and there are all the rivets I'm talking about. So see how the water's kind of going around and not penetrating into the tiny house walls. Well, I think we solved the issue doing this. Though I'm still pretty I've done this on all these rivets before, but probably not enough. Like, I did this at the beginning of the the Off-Grid Tiny House project. So you can see I did on the roof as well, and some others, well, basically everywhere. But it didn't last apparently. So what I'm gonna do, we get a nice dry day and I get some moolah. I'm gonna buy like, I don't know, half a dozen high quality exterior silicones, and I'm gonna just coat these damn rivets in it. And then that should last forever and won't have that issue again, ever, hopefully. So that looks good. So tiny house is doing good. Still gonna sell the turbine though. Elliptical's going, grow tent's going, a lot of stuff's going in the tiny house still, because I got to recoup some money. And for the upcoming projects like the lithium iron phosphate batteries, the safety box for it, and everything else. So alright guys, I gotta get my butt to work. See you later. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. So today I'm gonna attempt to fix this leak here. So I don't have any Teflon paste, but I have a few rolls of Teflon tape that I can wrap around there. So in order to fix my plumbing here, I'm gonna have to back out this fitting. I already loosened off the gear clamps, and I have to back this off to have this kind of drop a little bit, because I need to back this fitting off. This is the one that's leaking. It's leaking basically in between these two pieces. So I'm going to try to totally remove this and then re-Teflon it and then crank it back in. Hopefully this works and I don't have any issues, because basically guys, I got a lot of water now, and in order for me, I did a test. So I pumped up the amount about, I don't know, just above the nozzle there, about that high. And it was leaking due to the pressure. So that's the second time. So before I can actually fill this tank, I gotta make sure this is taken care of, because if I fill this whole thing up and this thing continues to leak, it's just going on the floor. So not what I want. So I'll get back to you once I take it all apart here, and we'll see how you're doing. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, I didn't film much of the plumbing fixing, but I'm filling this guy right up. And what I did again was I just filled it above this, well, the exit pipe, and everything worked out. So what I did, I didn't have big enough tools to do this, so I actually had to use a pipe wrench to turn the plastic fitting out. So and then I just put heavy, I got this wide Teflon tape that I saved, and it worked great. So I put like 4 wrappings around the threads, and actually when I pulled this out, there wasn't really that much this Teflon paste on there. It was only about half the threads, so that wasn't very good anyway, so that's probably why it was leaking. But so far so good now guys, so that's perfect. So that's why I'm filling this bad boy right up with all this water. Now this water's already been treated with some bleach, because I sprayed the inside of both tanks with bleach and left it in there. So now I'm just, it's basically mixing. And then I can wash and do dishes and take a nice shower in the morning, because I'm actually going to be, we're done work for the day. It's Friday. I'm staying over and we're sleeping in. Perfect. So I'm going to try out a nice shower. First time this year using that guy. Had a lot of water issues, guys. You guys, if you've been following my videos, you know that. So yeah, finally getting things fixed. I'm still going to be replacing the first flush system though, guys. I figure what I'll do is I'm going to probably cut it, the 3-inch pipe about here, and buy a 3-inch T-fitting, and then convert down so I can put my little filter thing in between here, connect into here to here with the filter in between, and then I'm going to have a bypass here, so I'm going to have a big shutoff, like a big plastic shutoff here. And so for winter time, if I'm still not living in here full time yet, I can bypass the entire thing. It'll go out and off to the races. So I think that's the way to go. And then if the filter system is slow, filtering it in, I don't want the water backing out and going back over the gutters. So it's actually going to go up here and boom, down my muslin bag, filter through there, and just bam, down into the tank. So if I do have an overflow situation, I'm not going to lose any because it's just going to fill in that direction instead. So not too shabby, guys. So it's filling. I'm guessing another 20 minutes or so, maybe half hour. 20 minutes probably. That'll be topped off and good to go. Got a little bit of vibration noise because of the pump, but it's vibrating because it's brass on the floor, just going boo. Not too bad. And I got AJ on in the back listening to all the wild stuff going on. So, pretty cool. See you guys in a bit. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. So, as you can see, the tank's on the tail end of filling up here. We're getting down to the bare bones, the water that's coming out of the bottom tank, the capture tank. This is the capture tank. This is a holding tank that feeds all my sink and everything. So, we're just past 400 liters on the right, and the 100 gallon mark is there. So I'm assuming the 125 mark's there, so I'm assuming we're at like 105 gallons so far. That's quite a bit. I can do quite a bit of laundry, showers, washing, finally. That's going to be awesome. But nonetheless, still going to upgrade, like I said, over here and go from there. I turned one of the bigger lights out, just using the little guy. But yeah, good to go. So I kind of just put baking soda in my little pans and cups in here, and just added some water so they're just soaking and hopefully getting rid of the nasty in there till I do a deep wash, pre-washing kind of. And I'm just waiting for the bubbles or the lack of water to, since this is a transparent line, just waiting for it to kind of show me that there's a bunch of air bubbles, and then and the sound of the pump will change too as well. And then I can just click the pump off and shut the power off to the bathroom light in here and go from there. So I think everything's gonna work out just fine. My dad came for a visit, just gave me a game plan on work and such. There's Rob. And yeah, so probably gonna try out my shower tomorrow. Just the only thing is I have to put batteries in, go outside, turn the propane on, then turn the valve on, close this valve, turn this one on, open this valve, and that will send water up to the pump, and hopefully no airlock situation. If there is, I have this little bleeder to get rid of air, which is nice. And then off to the races with a nice hot shower, hopefully. That'd be great for the tiny house. And I have a little bottle of a miniature bottle, travel size of Old Spice in there that I'll use. And a bunch of rags have to come out of there because they were just in there. I'll throw them on this little pedestal thing. Leave a washcloth in there or something. So we'll try that out, guys. That'll be nice. And then if I do have to do any laundry, I'll do that. So far, so good. But anyways, kind of windy out. Pretty much clear skies. A little bit of cloud cover out there. But I got the air conditioner on right now. running, entertainment's on, running a pump, running lights, still no problem with my setup, and it's after 4 o'clock in the afternoon here. So guys, now that the tiny house is saved, before I go ahead and do the work on the water and get those batteries and sand and stuff for complete the battery bank for the tiny house, I have to open up those walls and see what kind of damage was done and dedicate my money to that first. Then from there, go on and Bob's your uncle. So the pump's getting louder and louder as less and less water is getting to the pump. So that tells me we're at the tail end of this the pumping here, and hey, we're good. Now the fix seems to be holding up. No water. That's the main thing. There's a lot of pressure and weight here, so it's very important I have this setup sealed. So from here to here, there's a lot of pressure. It's probably most of the pressure is probably pushing down on this guy because it's the lowest point, and that's where most of the pressure is going to be, on that shutoff valve there. And this shutoff valve is basically just if I ever wanted to dump this tank back into the bottom tank for whatever reason, I can. That's what that does. So yeah, so I think we're pretty much done on the pumping. You can hear it getting kind of more nasty. Let's see if we can zoom in, see any air bubbles. Nothing yet, but probably getting close, I would imagine. Pretty crazy. So anyways, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the night and give you some more updates as things progress. So tiny house looks like it's going to be saved, guys. Talked to High-Tech I-18 in the live stream, and a bunch of people, but this live stream was really successful. So I have to do that again on Tuesdays, I guess. Try to anyways, if I'm not working. And he suggested colloidal silver, alcohol, bleach, for killing the mold that did impact the walls. Now the nice thing about colloidal silver is it will impregnate the wood with the silver particles, and pretty much, yeah, Bob's your uncle, that'll definitely kill anything in the future as well. Cross our fingers on the future part, but I'm pretty sure we sealed it up pretty good. And thanks to everybody's support on this deal. Means a lot, because yeah. And I did take the ads down for the tiny house for sale. I was going to sell it at a loss at $10K. Had a lot of interest, but nobody showed up with the dough, so it's all talk. There's a lot of that on the internet. All talk, no action, right? So it's kind of like somebody I know, Troy. All talk and all BS. But here on the Off-Grid Tiny House, I'm actually off the grid, and I can actually show everything working off the grid, where he's just blah 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 blah. Yeah. So anyways, we are now up to this point. I'm guessing probably, I don't know. I guess this would be 110, where my finger would be. Because if this is 125, that might be 110, so maybe we're 105, 106. I don't know for sure. But all I know is I'm happy I got water to use, and it looks bluish, so that's probably because of the bleach treatment. Maybe a little bit too much in there for that type of water, probably. Because I did just spray the tanks, but other than that, no biggie. Alrighty guys, we'll talk to you later.